long game.
Let's go bang, game kedua bang ya. Game pertama tadi TLPH
Looking at
sangat
what JP
baik
still might
gameplaynya.
want to pick.
Let's go.
You, nice you, started the miss home
Game kedua.
because you're a bit of a revisit to Daytona's welcome.
Kali
You
ini
missed Florida, huh?
That's
Yeah.
lapu-lapunya dikasih ke
Behind the scenes, we were saying, okay, this has to be like
Stanford.
a high or maybe even an alpha. I like the Barretts, but this means that Rora are playing around their magic damage. They're playing around the Sicilian and the Harith, which it makes a lot of sense that they'll both be getting the discounts so that they can get their items quicker. But Liquid, bro, they just need to build a bunch of Radiant armors and then they'll be okay. Let's see if Aurora
Masih
can make
meta
this
kah
work.
Barat
This is
ini?
a very high risk, but Yue making it look rewarding because he is undefeated with the Sicilian.
And this is once again a specialty Harith in the hands of Dominicite. So many teams in the regular season have done 100 different things to ban out this Harith, and here he ends up with it.
And that's why I'd say this is looking good. Like if you go down to the draft, I don't know what people say about the Barretts now. But this is already good, solid picks, Yue and Dominicite.
That's the thing. It's so brand new and so old at the same time that people don't have strong opinions about it.
ini dia
You're not
in
sure,
game
you know,
equipmentnya.
you're like, is it still good or not?
Yo, man, if it wins, everyone's gonna say, wow, what a brilliant pick. If it loses, boo, like, why'd you pick the Barretts? But, no, personally, I like it. So, let's see, as we're looking at the action in the big screen, from time to time, I encourage our viewers to look at the map, see how the laning is actually going between Dominicite and
level
OM,
4 itu.
because this is what's gonna be one of the main determining factors whether or not Aurora will make this Barretts in the jungle work. How well can Dominicite actually manage OHEB in the gold lane and win in the gold lane?
Turtles up.
Lot pertama
Already happening here. Even kind of will start
sudah
this up, but
dicolek-colek kedua jungler. Langsung disiasi kan.
Here comes 40, almost gets bit and hit with that deadness welcome, but Demonkite so with the retribution, securing that first turtle for the Northern Light. Sanford very low, lights on him, gets that taunt. Oh, the air strike by Sanji.
Gede.
Damage on the Edward, popping that
Masih
vengeance.
selamat Sanfordnya.
still trying to get away. Edward could be
Pala dia lah.
Output King bites it. Light standing in the middle of 3. Little low, pops that concussive blast. Missile expert. Not enough to displace Carl Teasy. Roller gets to lick their wounds. Happy with that one objective.
Apa itu lapu-lapu dia sama.
Rubies were able to balance things
Selalu
out with the kill,
menginisiasi
but-
duluan.
Yeah, Demonkite actually getting the retribution battle win against Carl TZ there.
Gak ada keraguan dia menginisiasi.
But you see now Liquid, even though they lose a turtle, they're
Dan
not
selamat
afraid
lagi dengan
to
darah
fight
setetes.
and re-engage. So Aurora, especially Light, needs to keep that in mind. UN needs to keep that in mind. And JP's still been super annoying for Aurora to deal with. His positioning is at the Hilda is one of the reasons why they were able to get that kill eventually onto Edward.
All right, taking a look at the items too. You saw that you have about a couple hundred gold in favor for Dominicite.
Yeah.
The lane that you mentioned.
Oh.
Keep an eye on that. Now look at this.
Yeah.
Again, there's the pressure you were talking about.
Yeah, up top, OHEB got pushed back into the tower, and Dominicite was actually recall spamming in front of him, so we weren't able to see that on the big screen. But again, I encourage y'all, look at the map from time to time. Now, okay, good thing JP was able to, I feel like after that, that's when OHEB told JP, hey, I need your help here, join out. So now you see Aurora, especially like trying to get Vision in the jungle. I'm pretty sure Dominicite knows that JP's hanging around here.
He's fine. Light on his tail, flushes him out almost seemingly with instant reaction.
Yeah.
And they'll serve up this gold grab over to Dominicite. Very good start for that gold lane.
Good block there, actually, by Light to stop OHEB from getting that. But then also, OHEB got a fat wave. Still going to be really close. No team can find a big win in the gold lane just yet. The EXP lane, it's going to be another dead lane experience. Unless one of them actually really messes up. But this turtle looks good for Aurora.
They're going to start it up. He is part of this. They might have to
Siapa yang dapat
force
ini
this
turtle
fight.
kedua?
There's another airstrike.
Sanji here.
Udah.
Blasted
Pokoknya
away,
yang dapat
cancels
gua.
it. Oh, it actually secures the turtle. How'd that happen? And now you have blasted away with those bad impacts. And Demonkite, no follow through from the rest of the Northern
dipikiri
Lights.
dong.
All Liquid.
Light's in trouble. He's going to go down here.
Buatnya itu mah.
Light. He'll fall.
Tapi gimana
JP
nampak
picking
lawan
that
satu?
one up.
Again, JP on the Hilda, plus the fact that OHEB got the miraculous last hit using the Death Sonata. That was all Liquid. And you see again the presence of this Hilda every time showing off in the back. Demonkite was left alone there because Hilda just decided to go after you and Doming.
I'm thinking when JP's utility will expire. And if that'll ever happen, oh my god!
God.
Dominicite
Kemanapun Sanford
with
mau pergi
Sanji and
selalu
JP
menang lane
alone.
tuh.
OHEB him out. What was he thinking?
I mean, he's been pressed off of his tier 1 turret, zoned out completely for a while now, and then he ends up going down.
JP's locked in. JP is so locked in right now. So are everyone else inside of Liquid. Massive lead. Now he's the one flexing. This Hilda, again, dude, there's so many problems every team fight. It seems like, yeah, they're looking around the objective, but US always getting left behind. There needs to be a fix in the comms. Watch out for the Hilda first. Accept that maybe going all in, making sure getting the turtle won't be the right play. Slowly go for heroes.
Lane, Edward, on the vengeance.
Razor's Wrath, not enough to take him down. He's all right. Again, a dead lane, and this is, weirdly enough, good news for Aurora. If at least one of your lanes isn't getting beat down, you have time to build up Yue. And in my humble opinion, I think Yue is more of a power player now than he was in Game 1. So at least if Aurora can extend this to past the 16, 18-minute mark, they should be in a better shape compared to Game 1.
Yeah, we've seen that facility hands Yue before. It'll be quite deadly, especially in the late game now, leading into this next objective, Turtles. They can't let that turtle be secured by Oheb again. I don't know if that was the Destinata or the Rhapsody that got it, but Carl
Tuh.
is setting this one up.
That is
Inisiasi langsung ke ulti duluan.
into that wall. Seven floors by Dominic Kite. 40 balls serving up a kill to Yue. JP gonna be up next. Sanji enters back. AOG by Light cancels it. Sanji with the flicker. Razor's Wrath taking Dominic Kite down. Carl down goes JP. Edward take care of business.
A good fight for Aurora. Edwards jumping back up on the top side. He keeps Oheb out, but a good fight there.
Abu Jinjing has had it.
Yeah, perfect team fight split. Of course, Edward not giving up on the kill meant that they get a little bit more resources. Carl TZ, a little shaky there. It looked like he would have gotten punished big time by Aurora, but Sanji eventually came back to back him up. So now Aurora can continue playing around that idea. See, they were going slowly, just a little bit for the heroes. Demon Cat was able to get that bite down onto Sanford. And then if they can continue to make sure that Sanford's the one taking the brunt of the damage initially, then they should be okay.
Sanford has been doing well to keep Edward down, but Edward rotates out. And I think that's a small victory for Aurora. That bottom lane, that Expedite can take care of itself.
Yeah.
Now we're going into Dom and Kite is ready. And I'm hoping that's where Aurora is right now, because if you're waiting for US still, that's about 6-7 minutes out from now. Like, that is a non-starter if you want to fight now for this first war.
At least in that case that Yue got a kill out of that, kind of help him scale up a little bit quicker here. They did go ahead and do that lane swap. Dominic now on this bottom side. Trying to press this in, but he's going to have a whole lot to deal with. So can't exactly push the lane in, or push that turret down, and they're going to lead into this next floor when it does come up. So it's up to Aurora to kind of decide on how they want to play this out.
Yep, Sanji is staying way back. He's actually floating around the orange side buff of Aurora. I think he's providing space for Oheb, but Sanford's in trouble.
Angkutnya langsung
Forcing Sanford
ulti
out of
sana.
defensive range. That's the first turret for Aurora.
I guess I said they want to decide what to do. They got the turret.
Yeah, I think that was the info. The fact that Sanji got into the orange buff without any vision at all, I think Liquid decided to just call, hey, I think all of them are just down there already in the lower portion of the map. So good thing Sanford was able to get away in time. And when you're going to look at Barrett's and the Lapu Lapu, you're waiting for the timing of the Bravest Spider, the Raging Slashes, the CC immunity, a little bit of the Lapu Lapu should help avoid the initial wait.
Oh,
Sakitnya.
That's breaking out. Carl DZ, the Vanguard for Liquid. It's a non-starter. Aurora has to let go. They have to reconsider their options here.
I was kind of surprised too that they were so up front, especially with Dominic Kite doing the charge, still going. Reset here, but now Edwards being in trouble.
My God, Edwards got 3 on him. The dead as well, the throw to the wall, the vengeance.
Barsanya free hit.
Sniping away, Sanji with the salvos. And Carl TZ survives. Light falls into the back line. 40 against 3.
Tampaknya di depan
Aurora
loh.
can't fight with this front line Rekian lineup.
Liquid, they woke up good today. The positioning of Sansan, the vengeance came in actually perfectly for Edward. I thought they'd be able to get them punished, but the fact that Sanji, right at the very furthest edge of his feathered airstrike, still got the kill onto Edward. And then eventually Sanford coming through, readjusting so that the other members of Aurora can clap back. This is why we were a little bit skeptical towards the Barracks. It was good, but still with a healthy hint of skepticism. Now if we look at the items, on the way to the Dominance Ice for the Lapu Lapu, already up to the Malefic Roar for the Granger, still very far away from the Holy Crystal for Dominkite's Harith, and that's the item that they need right now.
It's crazy how it fell apart so fast for Dominic-Kite. He was winning that lane against Oheb, and then all of a sudden he's down in, 2,000 gold.
Sakitnya tuh.
It's that
That's
bad.
it, yeah.
It's that bad.
He's got to go heal back up. I don't know, he's having a good time.
When it comes to big fights, Aurora just doesn't have enough utility. I don't know how Liquid's making this work, because you look at their lineup,
Yep.
the only real AoE
Bulu-bulu dia
CC they have is
tekaknya.
Sanford and Carl DZ. JP makes it look like he has it, but he's using damage as a threat to make up for that.
Oh, conceal?
JP looking to go hunting, jumps onto Yue, forcing that back beast. They get take care of the Lord, and in comes Carl DZ. Predator
Sakit
strike
itu,
by
Barca.
Sanji. Surgical approach to taking that tier 2.
Yeah.
Turret.
The fact that JP changed the trajectory of his walk, he used a second skill, I believe, on the minion, making it look like where Yue brought down his Bat's claws, actually, the Sanguine claws, would have caught JP. But JP was like, nope, I knew you know that I think I'm going there, so I'm going to go this way instead, setting up with a feathered airstrike for Sanji, stopping any responses from Rora.
They're playing around with the utility that they have very well for CLPH. They find themselves now with a good lead. 6K up, they're going to put pressure on the purple, and they got it as well. So Demon Kite, no buff here. Definitely having a hard time. I mean, it's not just that the Barrett is kind of slow to move on his own, but realistically, you're able to be kind of that front line, but then you also put yourself in the position to get the Daytonas on them off and try to make that work, but it's not working the way they want to. And I feel like a big part of that is because,
dia.
again, it's Domin
In-game
Kite taking a lot
equipment-nya.
of damage before a big fight even breaks out. So then his positioning is then at risk of that.
Yeah, in the heyday of Barats, there would always be a hero like a Matilda or a Rafaela to help in the positioning. Here, he's basically raw dogging that as well, because he's trying to get it in when Liquid knows it. Here it is. We just have to sidestep. We just have to move over here.
It's a brute force Barrett. The fact that you have the Revitalize on the Gacha, theoretically, if everyone's just all clumped up, it'll work well for him. But wait, whoa.
See, even this they can't deal with. A Brazen's Wrath right in your
Apa
face.
itu?
In comes 40.
Aduh, free kali itu.
Forcing his out
Free hit.
Demon Kite. Domin Kite too, but he's down. And these three members of Liquid are running through him. Down goes Light. Down goes
Kuat
Demon
nih itu
Kite.
kaki
And
di
there's
depan itu,
nothing Rora can
Bang.
do.
TLPH saw the window and they took it.
And they're already in
sampai
the
ke
base,
dalam
not
loh.
even taking down the inhibitor. This is a straight on stampede. Edward, the only one left, push out of his own base. This is miserable.
Sekarang semua loh itu.
Oh, did they call?
You gonna fight?
Edward,
Why?
not gonna survive against 5, not like this.
He bought enough time though. The turret still stands. But the Lord is up, so they'll reset. They'll make their way for the Lord.
A lot of questionable decisions for the side of Aurora. I know for them it's like, yay, cool, we got Carl Teasy, but there's a massive deficit for you. If Carl Teasy shows himself in the map like that, there's always at least gonna be 1 or 2 members of Liquid nearby.
Bisa
ready to
selamat
swoop
loh
in.
mereka.
Bro, that's a
Udah
frick.
skar semua
He
itu.
can take that damage. Questionable for Aurora.
He wants to take that damage.
Yeah.
And in the wake of that stumble, again, a wipeout. Rora, see another Lord go over to Liquid.
I'd say you see the value in him. That's what Fredrin is. And with this, the Lord is secured. They'll get ready to go ahead and take down some of these base turrets of Rora's. Again, the lead has ballooned to 10,000. And honestly, Rora has not had an answer for anything so far through this game. Even when you look at, okay, what's the late game insurance policy? Is it Yue isn't there. I mean, he's got what, 2 items he's working on next. Domic finally gets his Holy Crystal, man. So they should be able to at least clear the waves bet.
NK ini. Ngebuk suara casternya, Bang.
Oh, hold on. They do get a base turret. Base turret's gonna go down. The Lord is still being worked on here. So Rora's able to clear it out. 12,000 and now for
Abi
TLPH.
masih
They
bisa
take
downloadnya.
this win round. They end up taking out this mid turret next. Tier 2 is gonna be the focus here. Sanford jumps forward. Now Roar desperately trying to hold on to the turrets, but look at the feathered airstrike damage.
Yeah, it hurts
Too much.
too much. Aurora now have to pull a miracle. And at this point, Liquid, a night and day performance from what we saw from the last time we saw Liquid and Aurora go up against each other. Remember, going into this, Liquid has not beaten Aurora in a series. Now, 2 games in the best of 7 grand finals, they are just dominating Aurora.
Demon Kite gets taunted here. Energy eruption working out. But they're going to use Sanji gets blasted.
Mati kan dia.
He's going to be up next. Detna's welcome thrown into the wall. Looking light from the back line. Edward too. The vengeance pop. The AOG catching OM. In comes Edward. Down goes
ganti item
Cortez.
itu.
Where did this come
Ohebnya.
from? JP getting chased down by Edward. Down goes Demon Kite. Dominkai looking to serve vengeance for his fallen brother.
Transportnya masih
Edward
kuat itu.
hunting
Eh.
JP down. Broken wall
Masih
working
mati.
out for him.
Wait,
3 for
Oheb.
1. Oheb, former brothers, agents, now turned rivals.
Hilang dong.
Wins.
And a back and forth. And it erupts here in the arena, but Rora might have found a little bit of life in that exchange.
100%. I'm not completely sure if it was the missile expert that brought Sanji in a very weird spot.
Didn't expect that.
Did not expect. He was not supposed to be there that close. Light and Edward came in perfectly for the gank, but they could not get Oheb comfortably. JP was spacing out very well for Oheb, but then Oheb eventually got that kill onto Edward after the clapback. Liquid now, I think that was a warning shot. Aurora are definitely back in this, while Liquid still hold a comfortable lead. Remember, there is already a Holy Crystal on that Harith for Dominkite.
Looks like TLPH will still respect what Aurora is able to do. They'll let Demon Kite go in and start that Lord. They're fighting for position here. Look at JP's positioning though. Keep an eye on him. Lord less than half health. The feather airstrike comes down.
Silent Force by
Siapa
Dominkite.
nih?
He's got Sanford trained on him. Dominkite very low. Down goes Edward. Oh, and gets another. Cortez taking out the invasion. Light served up a kill. 40, very low. Positive mortality.
selamat dong.
Wailing away. Dominkite, Yue and Demon Kite cutting their losses. No retribution for Liquid.
It's on the gold laners now. And I think Carl TZ needs to understand, like, with the damage already on that Harith, he can't be like the main front guy. But I think Liquid decided to commit that turn. They decided to go call for the hero instead. And now you see some very classic echo shenanigans of where Sanji is right now, very deep in. My question is, how long is he gonna hold that bush? Because the last time we saw something like this, it was held for like, what, 4 or 5 minutes all those years ago.
Yeah, and not only that, but Leo mentioned this earlier on.
He's back here?
Especially with UA on the Sicilian here, he's going to need plenty of time. Well, look at this, 313 stacks, almost at the 18-minute mark. That's why we're seeing the impact of those bad impacts now.
God, look at this kill.
Hampir full stack itu. Sky Piercer dari Oheb.
70 on the Sky Piercer. That means he's been getting all of his kills off after he got the Sky Piercer.
Oh, yeah.
Just pure value.
Yeah, so even though Rora, you see them fighting very well, Oheb's not dying. And now the pressure is on the Dominkite and Oheb. It's really on them right now to mess up. Oh,
Like the better airstrike, zoning Yue out.
Flicker down, too.
JP as well.
Liquid cannot blitz this. They have to wait for the feathered airstrike to come back.
Yeah, they're going to need that. And it was Oheb that grabbed that purple buff on Aurora's side and half health here.
Man-to-man defense like JP keeping Yue honest. Lord at a 10 of itself.
Transportnya langsung ulti situ.
Seven Force by Dominkite. They're bursting down the Lord.
Oheb yang dapat.
secures. Immortality off the
Sanji
Sanford.
free hit.
Down goes Domink.
Domek's gone and Edward's going to fall as well.
AOG by Light does not find JP. The taunt on the
Buyar.
Dominkite. This is
Alah,
close to over. Nothing for Rora on the
Oh,
board.
Yue.
Down goes Sanji. Can Light view it?
Delivery dong.
From Daddy JP.
Oheb's there, he's looking for more. He takes out another and Oheb will get another. It's the
Kill bang,
rebound.
2-0 bang ya.
Liquid.
Ngeri bos.
Momentum.